But first, the campaigning widow of a man killed on a so-called smart motorway section of the M1 in South Yorkshire today reacted angrily after the latest inquest into another death said a pensioner died as a result of a road collision.
It comes 2 years after a similar inquest into the death of Jason Mercer, who died on a stretch of the M1 just north of Sheffield. Since then, his widow Claire has campaigned to get smart motorways scrapped. Martin Fisher has been in court for us.
Claire Mercer arriving for another inquest into another death on the smart motorway that runs through Derbyshire and South Yorkshire. This time it was Derek Jacobs who lost his life. A tyre blowout left him stranded in a live lane. Minutes later, his van was hit by another car. He died at the scene. Claire Mercer has been representing his family.
This has happened multiple times before. How can such similar incidents be ruled, unlawful killing one week and then road traffic accident the next week? It's not helping the overall picture. The overall picture of the number of people that are dying has been obscured anyway, and this is just not helping.
Since their inception, smart or all-lane running motorways have been controversial, taking away the traditional hard shoulder for stricken motorists to stop in. Today, Mr Jacobs' family reacted shortly after the verdict was announced.
It won't bring my Derek back, but I never want another family to suffer in this way. Like 98 other people have suffered as well. I'm not the only one suffering, and it will go on and on and on. And really now the government need to step in and do something, don't they, and stop it.
The court heard from Derbyshire Police collision investigator Sergeant Paul Moorcroft, and he said that the car that collided with Mr Jacobs' vehicle, a red Ford Ka, was driven by a Mrs Jean Scripps, and he said she had around 5 seconds to react before the collision, which he said she failed to do so. Then he was asked by Assistant Coroner Susan Evans, had there been a hard shoulder, would this accident have occurred? He replied, no, it was highly unlikely this accident would have occurred. We have to look at the all-lane running aspect. A stationary vehicle is not something a motorist is expected to be confronted by. In 2021, a Sheffield coroner ruled Claire Mercer's husband Jason had been unlawfully killed and contacted the Secretary of State over concerns over the safety of smart motorways. Another who lost her life on the same section of road was Nargis Begum in 2018.
The ability to reach the hard shoulder at any time a driver has a problem is vital, because if your car is broken down, you can't drive it to an emergency refuge area, even if it's only 10 yards away.
Highways England said crash detection systems had been improved since Mr Jacobs' death in 2019. They added, it is vitally important to learn lessons from every road traffic collision, and we will continue to build on the work and safety improvements already underway, taking all the necessary steps to help drivers and passengers feel and be safe. Smart motorways remain running every day in our region, and so does the opposition to them. Martin Fisher, ITV News in Chesterfield.
A man who told